Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. We're going to start with the Laneige water bank for the face cream. And this is just so we can get a nice base before applying any foundation onto the skin. This was just a little sample size I received from Sephora for my birthday. So here we're going to go in with the Road Milk Glazing Serum and apply that as well. I actually just purchased this one and I'm actually really liking it. If you have really dry skin, I would honestly recommend it. Okay, so here we're going to go in with a little bit of gel for the brows, and this is just to brush them out a little bit and give them a little bit of shape before applying any concealer and carving them out. I honestly like how just applying a little bit of gel makes the brows a little bit more fluffier and a little bit more thicker. So we're gonna go ahead and do the other side as well. Here I'm just gonna wipe off any of the excess gel that might have gone onto my skin, and that's just so the foundation does not peel once I apply it on my forehead. Here you see me going in with the Fit Me concealer, and this is a shade similar to my skin tone, and this is just to cover up any redness that I have on the sides of my nose, underneath my eyes to cover any dark circles and any blemishes that I might have on my skin at the moment. Here I'm going to go in with that same shade of concealer and I'm just going to clean up my brows a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and use a little blending brush and blend everything out. With any of that excess concealer that I might have on that brush, I like to also drag it down to my eyelids just to clean up the eyelid as well. Here I'm going in with the Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend out that concealer. So here I'm going to go in with the NARS Radiant Foundation. I'm going to go ahead and apply it all over my face. For the top of my brows, I like to go in with that same brush I used to carve out my brows, and then just go ahead and clean them up a bit, but with the foundation color, just so I don't have two different shades. And here I'm just blending out that foundation with that same Real Techniques beauty sponge. And I do like to drag this down all the way down to my neck and blend it out really well, just so there's no harsh lines or anything. Okay, so here I'm gonna go in with that same blending brush, and I'm just gonna blend out the top of my brows and brush them out with the little brush as well. Here I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario medium dark contour with this elf brush, and then just carve out my cheekbones. I also like to contour my jawline a little bit, just with any remaining contour that I might have on my brush, not a lot. Here I'm gonna go in with a thinner brush and with that same contour shade and contour my nose. Here I have a fluffier brush, and this is just to blend everything out. Okay, I went in with that concealer brush that I use to carve out my brows, and this is just to clean up any of that contour on my nose as well. Here I'm just blending everything out as well. Okay, so onto concealer, I like to go in with the House of Labs concealer, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply it and let it sit, just so I can get the most brightest under eye. Okay, so while I let that sit, I like to go in with the MAC Totally Sync shade and apply that on my cheeks. And as you guys can tell, this is just a really pretty pink. It's not too harsh. It gives like the perfect light pink shade. Okay, so now onto blending that concealer. I just like to go ahead and use that same sponge I use for my foundation and blend everything out really nicely. Here I'm just going in with that same blush brush and going over. To set everything, I like to use the Laura Mercier brightening powder, and I'm gonna go ahead and set underneath my eyes, a little bit under that blush that I used, and on my nose as well, to contour everything out pretty nicely. Here, to give me a little bit more of a bright pink color on my cheeks, I like to go in with the Patrick Ta blush, and this is the powder form. Here I'm just cleaning up underneath that blush and underneath my eye and on the sides of my nose as well. I'm also using a little bit of that powder just to set my eyelid as well, and there's no creasing. So moving on to eyes, I like to go in with an eyelash curler before I apply any mascara. Okay, so once we're set curling the eyelashes, I like to go in with the House of Labs highlighter, and I'm gonna apply a little bit on the highest points of my cheekbones and on the bridge of my nose. Okay, so here I'm gonna go in with another highlighter, and this is by the Rare Beauty brand, and I like to go ahead and apply some on the tip of my nose, blend it out, and also on the bridge of my nose. I like to go in with that same highlighter and apply some on the inner corners of my eyes. And once we're set with that, I like to go in with the Rare Beauty lip liner just to line my lips a bit. And here I'm going in with the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil, and this is just to shade in my lips. Okay, going back to the eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara, and this is just by the Essence brand. It's the Lash Princess mascara. Okay, so for a little bit of liner, I like to grab a thin brush and go in with just shades of brown and line my lash line. Here I'm just going in with that concealer brush and I'm just cleaning up to get a little wing. Here I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray and apply that all over my face. Okay, so once I've applied that setting spray, I like to go in with that same highlighter and go over it once I've already applied setting spray, and I noticed that it gives more of a wet look, which is something that I really like. Okay, so for lip gloss, I like to go for the Lip Injection brand, and I'm gonna go in with 2 different shades. And that was pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments regarding the shades I used in this video, go ahead and leave me a comment below and I'll be happy to share that with you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.